Right, 20 councillors in Nottinghamshire have quit Labour, accusing the party under Sir Keir Starmer of abandoning traditional values. The group from Broxtowe Borough Council, many of whom have been in the party for decades, now plans to form a new independent group to run the council. They've criticised Labour's policies, including cutting winter fuel allowances for millions of pensioners, and plan to scrap local councils in favour of super councils. A local Labour spokesperson called the move incredibly disappointing, while the councillors, for their part, say 100 grassroots members had also resigned. Joining me now is leader of that group of rebels, Milan Radulovic. Milan, welcome to Farage on GBNews. Thank you for coming on and sparing the time. Critics will say you are simply still Labour councillors. All you've stopped being is representing the party. You still believe in the same issues. So what difference will this make to local people?
We will continue to do the work on behalf of our community that we've always done. And that is to concentrate our efforts on improving the quality of life of the people that we represent. We take great pride in the fact that we build a number of homes. We acquire homes for people to live in at affordable rents. The average rent in Broxtowe being £92 per week, which is considerably lower than the housing allowance. And we save the government millions and millions of pounds in housing benefit per year for doing so. We will continue to look after and to develop our culture and our heritage, and develop our arts programme and sport on behalf of people and leisure and recreation. We also take very seriously our issues around the environment. We plan to be carbon neutral in Broxtowe by 2027. Those policies will remain unchanged. It is purely about the way in which we have been treated by the regional and national party. A number of our councillors have been expelled. Our constituency continues to be dysfunctional. And recently we've had 10 of our councillors blocked from standing as county councillors in the upcoming May elections, simply because we refused to accept the Westminster ruling about the withdrawal of winter fuel allowance, the two-child benefit cap, the betrayal of WASPI women, and the imposition of target housing figures without any consultation and public involvement.
Well, what's driven this decision by the 20? I mean, it's quite a lot of councillors to change sides on one council, 20 of them. Are you still in overall control of the council by doing that? Is that right?
No, although I will still remain in control. I'm considering handing in my resignation to the council and asking the council to re-elect me as new leader under the new arrangements.
Of course, yes. Well, we'll wait to see if that comes to pass. But in your letter, you mentioned the local elections twice in May this year. Is that what's driving it? You fear that unless you separate out yourselves from the government, you'll be badly hit at the ballot box in May?
No, what we're concerned about is the fact that we've been blocked. Say 10 of our councillors have been blocked from standing as candidates. And that imposition, we consider, and I consider, to be totally unacceptable. These are dedicated, hard-working, the grassroots supporters of the Labour Party. They're the people who knock on doors. They're the people who deliver leaflets. They're the people who try to give hope to local groups and organisations, and to support their local communities.
Yes.
And to be blocked from standing because we disagree with some of their national stances is wrong.
Yes. And what's your message tonight? If Keir Starmer's watching from his sunbed, wherever he is on holiday, what would be your response to him, your message to the leadership of this government?
Many people, particularly working class people in areas like I represent in Eastwood, feel a deep sense of betrayal by the government. As I said to you, it's the imposition of the two-child welfare cap. It's the treatment of the WASPI women, which we consider to be betrayal. It's the withdrawal of the winter fuel allowance. On the doors, people are saying to us, who's going to represent us? And nobody does represent them anymore. So we are making this stand My message to Keir Starmer is, come and talk to us, come and talk to me. Don't send us the diktats, don't send us suspensions or other measures to keep us quiet. Actually come and talk to us about what we can do and work together. However, I have never once, I want to make this point clear to you. Since 1995, when I first became leader of Broxtowe Borough Council, and I've been leader 22 years, not once in my entire political career has any member of the regional or national Labour Party come to me in my office and said, how can we help you deliver the programme that you're delivering? Not once.
Well, I just wonder why that is. Is it because there's a kind of London bias amongst the leadership? Is it because they overlook the needs of Broxtowe?
It's because they are protecting the establishment, the civil service and the establishment. The establishment in this country takes all the wealth for itself. It takes all the prosperity. It takes every opportunity to promote itself. And it's us, the working class, who are paying far more tax in a proportion of our earnings to keep them in the lap of luxury that they're in. It's totally London-centric. It is divorced from any sort of reality of the situation on the street. And my challenge, and I've challenged other people, is to come and walk the streets with me and talk to local people about what we need. We don't need imposition of you must build 1.5 million houses in 5 years. What we want to do is to actually continue to the build programme to build to the social and economic needs of an area. We want to see social services that are able to discharge people into the community from hospital, where they can live their lives in dignity.
Well, Milan Radulovic, an absolute wake-up call, mate, I think, for this government. Thank you for joining us tonight, live from Broxtowe. Thank you, sir. And here's a statement from the local Broxtowe Labour Party in response to those mass defections. It's incredibly disappointing, they say, that some Broxtowe councillors have decided to leave the Labour Party and sit as independents when they were elected on a Labour ticket just over 18 months ago. These defections have no effect on the commitment of the remaining Labour councillors in serving our residents. We, together with our Labour colleagues, including MPs Juliet Campbell and Alex Norris, will continue to make Broxtowe a healthier, greener, safer and more prosperous place for everyone as change begins under this Labour government.